What's up? What's going on? Welcome to welcome to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I do gaming channel, so I'm trying to. Sometimes I say Matrix Gaming IT. That's the name of the gaming channel. But this is Blockchain Tech and Finance with me, your host KinToshi. Please do subscribe. Turn on bell notifications on the YouTube side. I am streaming this on Twitch, Facebook. I don't know, all over the place. But so you can chat with me. I can see you all in the chat. Say what's up. I got some crypto, blockchain, tech, and finance news today that I want to share with you that I found interesting. I'll be trying to do this as much as possible. Maybe every day, maybe other day, maybe every once a week. Who knows? But otherwise, turn on bell notifications, and I will be streaming when I find interesting news. I'll be trying to do it every day around this time, each and every day. Around between the 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Standard Time on the East Coast United States time. Without further ado, let's go right on to the first piece of news I have here after a transition. A brief message from our sponsors. All right, so, that's not how I want this screen. There, that's better. All right, so the first piece of news I have here today is feuds are now competing for crypto dominance. Oh, that's not the whole title. This one is I found interesting. It's about Ethereum, as you all know about Ethereum so far. If you haven't, here's some more news about Ethereum. This is from Markets Insider writer Harry Robertson. Again, I'll have all of these links on the description on the YouTube side in the episodes. This is like episode 32, I think. 32 or 33 in the description box below on here. So you can read through at your own leisure as well. And that's going to be only on the YouTube side. And the Twitch side. It'll be on the Twitch side. Vitalik Buterin created a Fellowship of the Ring to build Ethereum, but its founders have a history of feuds and are now competing for crypto dominance. So again, this is from writer Harry Robertson for Markets Insider. So Vitalik Buterin brought together 7 other people to help him build Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin has likened the 8 Ethereum co-founders to the Fellowship of the Ring, yet they have a history of feuds. In some cases, are directly competing against each other. Insider takes a look at who the 8 Ethereum founders are and what they're up to now. There's Vitalik. So Vitalik dreamed up Ethereum in 2013. Vitalik Buterin has compared the 8 founders of Ethereum blockchain to J.R.R. Tolkien's close-knit Fellowship of the Ring, according to the Financial Times. Yet the story of the group is one marked by feuds and competition, with 2 members splintering off to create Ethereum rivals Cardano and Polkadot. Buterin recently said choosing 7 other founders non-discriminately to build the network was his biggest regret. The 27-year-old is one of the most famous figures in crypto, having come up with... Can I close this? Having come up with the idea for Ethereum, a cryptocurrency network on which decentralized applications can be built, in 2013. He was just 19 at the time and 21 when Ethereum launched in 2015. Before that, Buterin had become a fan of Bitcoin and crypto technology after being introduced to it by his dad, and went on to co-found Bitcoin magazine. Buterin still works on the network, driving research and providing new ideas. Maths whiz Charles Hoskinson quickly became an influential member of the Ethereum startup that emerged in 2013, yet his time on the project came to an end within months, in part because of his prickly relationship with other founders. Hoskinson wanted Ethereum to be a for-profit company, but Buterin wanted it to be a non-profit platform. Accounts vary about what happened. Hoskinson says he left. Others say Buterin fired him. Either way, the two are known to not particularly like each other and occasionally still take digs at each other's methods. After leaving Ethereum, Hoskinson founded the Cardano blockchain, which who knows what that does, platform whose ADA cryptocurrency has recently soared to become the third biggest. Cardano is known as the ETH killer, as it also lets users build their own projects and is competitor to Ethereum. I mean, for a while, Cardano was like doing absolutely nothing. It was just ADA. So, I mean, maybe they have some smart contract layers on there. I don't really know what's going on with Cardano. I don't really pay attention to ADA myself so much, but I know it's a fast network. That's about it. I don't know what's going on as far as smart contract developments on it and layer 2 protocols, etc. Wood left Ethereum in 2016. English computer scientist Gavin Wood became an important Ethereum coder after joining the group in 2014. In fact, he created the first Ethereum test network and made a number of other key programming contributions. Wood left Ethereum in 2016 and went on to found Polkadot, another ETH killer crypto network. So Polkadot's definitely getting a lot of attention. And I actually am looking into Polkadot. I think it's its own network, but I thought from my understanding it was like a kind of like a side chain, a gas-free side chain from Ethereum, but I have to look into that more. Other than a lot of NFTs are going on Polkadot. And I thought it was the Matic token. Polkadot's cryptocurrency. So maybe I'm getting correct on that. Maybe it's the Matic chain. There's so many things different out there, but yeah, let's see there. Start Polkadot. Polkadot's cryptocurrency has risen more than 500% in the last year as excitement built around the project. I thought it was Matic. I thought Matic was the token for Polkadot. I'll look into that. The Polkadot founder has been known to take swipes at Ethereum. For example, in 2020, he contrasted its slow transaction time with Polkadot's quicker speeds, as does any competitor blockchain does against Ethereum. Although many of the Ethereum co-founders were in their 20s, Lubin was older and more experienced when he came on board in 2013. The Princeton-educated computer scientist worked for Goldman Sachs before becoming disillusioned with traditional finance during the financial crisis. Lubin co-founded the for-profit Ethereum development company ConsenSys, as many people know, which has launched a number of different projects on the network. One example is a widely used wallet, MetaMask. ConsenSys raised $65 million from JP Morgan, UBS, and others this year. Anthony D'Iorio was an entrepreneur and Bitcoin enthusiast before Buterin asked him to come on board to launch Ethereum. If I'm pronouncing any names here incorrectly, doing my best, I apologize about that ahead of time. Yeah, he was reportedly not so keen on Ethereum on Ethereum nonprofit direction and took a back seat. He went on and founded Decentral, which launched the Jax crypto wallet. Never even heard of it. D'Iorio hit the headlines earlier this year when he said he was quitting the crypto world and selling his company, partly because of concerns of his personal safety. He said another key reason was his focus on philanthropy. So Mihai Alesi has also known Buterin since 2011 when they founded Bitcoin Magazine, one of the first publications solely dedicated to crypto. Alesi was important in setting up the Swiss company that gave Ethereum a legal and financial base in its early days. He was vice president of the Ethereum Foundation, the nonprofit organization which supports the network, until 2015. He stepped back to found Akasha, a crypto project looking to harness its technology for social purposes. Ethereum programmer Jeffrey Wilk was a key planner in the early days of Ethereum, writing a version of the platform in the Google Go language that turned into Go Ethereum, or Geth. He has since left to form a games company called Grid Games with his brother. Wilk has said he felt his energy was better spent elsewhere, away from the drama of Ethereum. Amir Chetrit is one of the most mysterious and publicity shy of the group, but he was working on the crypto startup called Colored Coins, which Buterin also worked on when he joined Ethereum. And according to journalist Matthew Lessing, who wrote a book about Ethereum called Out of Ether, other members thought Chetrit wasn't pulling his weight. Lessing wrote that this led to Buterin kicking him out of the project with Hoskinson. I think that was it. What a way to end the article. That was the end of the article. So that's a little bit about the founders and what occurred. the Fellowship of the Ring to build Ethereum, and how the feuds a little bit. It could have touched more maybe about the feuds on there, but hey, good enough, right? All right, as I prep this next article here, let's see here, edit the name. So again, if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on bell notifications here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I get this next article up here. I was leaving the articles up beforehand, but it's just kind of browser lag, trying to run all sorts of articles all at once. So this method works a lot better. And again, I'll be having all these articles in the description box below like that. I was going to brief transition here. And after that, you'll see the article up. And we'll keep on going with the reading. Let's go. All right, so why does it keep kicking me over there? I want to say it this way. There we go. So this next article is through Yahoo News. The Diem cryptocurrency will be in class of its own, Facebook executive says. So this is from writer Ben Werschel, senior producer and writer for Yahoo News. Facebook, the FB stock, has planned to take over the world of digital wallets using cryptocurrency to separate it from the likes of PayPal, PYPL stock, and other digital payment platforms. Its upcoming digital wallet Novi will be built upon the still pending stablecoin Diem. So Diem was originally called Libra, and now it's Diem. Bring this mic a little closer to my face here. So Diem is a cryptocurrency that grew out of Facebook's in-house project that began in 2017 and was first known as Libra. After it was publicly revealed in 2018, the coin received intense scrutiny in Washington, D.C. around the industry. The cryptocurrency project, rebranded as Diem, now operates as an independent association but retains close ties to Facebook. Facebook executive David Marcus straddles both worlds, sitting on Diem's board of directors and heading up Facebook Financial, which plans to launch Novi in the coming months. This week, Marcus sat down with Yahoo Finance for a wide-ranging conversation for influencers with Andy Sewer, a weekly series featuring the biggest names in the business, politics, entertainment, sports, and academia. Speaking to Yahoo Finance's editor-in-chief, Andy Sewer, Marcus made the case for why Facebook still believes Diem is the right platform to build Facebook's new digital wallet around. We believe that in terms of consumer protections, both on the purpose-built payments blockchain that Diem is, and on the stablecoin itself, it's in a class of its own, Marcus said. All right, we'll see what the SEC says. Diem digital wallet trying to solve the systemic issue. What's the systemic issue? Marcus says it would have been easier to build the wallet to run on existing rails, maybe like Ethereum or a blockchain or something. But anyways, as a matter of fact, in this statement, as a matter of fact, a lot of people internally, externally have been puzzled by why we didn't do it that way, he added. But using existing rails, he said, would actually not solve the systemic issue that we believe exists currently in our current payment infrastructure. Diem coins will be backed by a combination of cash or cash equivalents and short-term government securities, which Marcus says will keep them secure. So this is where this article was interesting to me in this one statement right here. Diem coins will be backed by a combination of cash or cash equivalents and specifically short-term government securities. So when it says short-term government securities, I'm wondering, because Libra got so much scrutiny from governmental officials to not launch prior, if they've done more work with governments, more work with regulatory figures, and more work with financial regulatory figures in specific about backing this Diem cryptocurrency on a sort of a government level. Because I think one of the biggest concern was with the government side of things was that Facebook was just going to launch the Libra cryptocurrency and it was going to compete against the US dollar so much that it would leave the US dollar in the dust, because Facebook having such a wide range of user base globally. But at the same time, I think the government was trying to also say that the reasoning for that was the safety issue. People using or laundering funds or using the Libra cryptocurrency in illegal ways or money laundering ways or an infrastructure way that Facebook did not outline at the time with the government how they're going to keep the whole entire platform, the whole entire space financially safe from bad actors like that. So I think that was another thing, that they would not launch Libra until they had all of the disclosures fully laid out for government officials. But it seems like they've done that. So what I'm wondering is if they worked more with the government directly to be provided short-term government securities, or what these government securities look like. And I'll read more information to that as Diem starts getting rolling here about these government securities backing this Diem coin, which is going to be based at the US dollar, pegged at the cryptocurrency dollar as well. Again, if you're in the chat, if anyone's watching, you're in a chat and you want to chat with me, go ahead and feel free, and I will chat back most definitely when I see the chat, or answer any questions the best I can. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give financial advice, so please do your own research. And I always have these links in the description on the video recaps, so you can read at your own leisure and learn more. So yeah, so this is why Diem coins are going to be backed, which Marcus says it will keep them secure from cash equivalents, and short-term government securities. Ultimately, he said that is much better than a current deposit with a traditional wallet here in the U.S. Ultimately, he said that is much better than a current deposit with a traditional wallet here in the U.S. Okay, I wonder if it's going to be backed by a basket of cryptocurrencies as well, like Bitcoin and stuff like that, USDT or USDC from Coinbase. So anyways, speaking on Yahoo Finance, Marcus also addressed initial concerns over whether Facebook's coin had enough provisions to stop criminals who have gravitated to cryptocurrencies. And in quote, I actually think that and strongly believe that new infrastructure that enables more real-time reporting and to all of the right authorities at the right time, Marcus says. Yeah. Makes sense. A number of other blockchains have improved their traceability, he acknowledged, but he added, I think in our case, we've taken it really, really to a whole new level. And again, we're just going to have to learn what that whole new level is. A goal of launching Diem cryptocurrency board for the end of this year. Whether the industry agrees with Marcus's outlook is not yet to be seen. Libra has struggled to hold on to its members, with financial giants like MasterCard and Visa leaving the project in 2019. Oh, they did leave? Okay. Back then, Marcus often discussed the association's goal of 100 members by launch, including in a Yahoo Finance interview at the time. Currently, the association lists 26 members on its side, with the regulatory approval process still ongoing. So they still got, so they got the regulatory process still ongoing, it says. In a 2019 interview with Yahoo Finance's Brian Cheong, Marcus insisted that Libra was absolutely not in jeopardy. Still, the launch date of the project was pushed back from 2020. Currently, Novi aims to launch before the end of the year, along with Diem. Still, Marcus added in the most recent interview with Yahoo Finance, we are definitely not going to launch without the proper regulatory framework. So they are still dealing with that. All right. Yeah. So that's this article here. So we're going to be looking out for that Diem cryptocurrency most definitely. I got to remember not to just turn off the sources. So we're going to go right on to this next article here. Again, if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications here to Blockchain Tech and Finance News. I do gaming channel and stuff on here as well throughout the week. But on this side of things, it is cryptocurrency, among other aspects of things. So I'm just going to get this next source up there. We're going to go right on to a little transition here. Let's go into the next article. So again, putting me in that spot, same spot. All right. So this was another piece of interesting news from beincrypto.com. Markets news report from Matthew DeSaro, writer for beincrypto.com. So this is Maxim Magazine launches NFT marketplace with X Sigma. So I found this article interesting as well, because Maxim Magazine is a men's magazine. So now they're launching an NFT marketplace, and I believe it's on the Polkadot What is actually the backing? Let's look into this. Partnership between Maxim and X Sigma has birthed a new non-fungible token NFT marketplace. I actually searched extensively to see what it looks like, and I haven't been able to find the marketplace. I don't know if they're still building it or if they've launched it or what. But I did look around. So I actually even found one of the models who's modeled within Maxim or something was selling like her past bikini item as an NFT along with her picture for it. But the settlement of it was, I think she sold it for 160,000. But the settlement of the actual NFT to be transferred to another person's wallet was only allowing payment in USD currency, not allowing any cryptocurrency settlement for this NFT. So I found that also interesting. Maxim NFT is a new platform launched from a partnership between X Sigma and Maxim Magazine. The marketplace is said to grant exclusive access to Maxim's NFT collections. X Sigma, a blockchain R&D laboratory, is a subsidiary of ZK International, Nasdaq, Zkin. The lab has been developing its own DeFi, NFT, and stablecoin-based products. Meanwhile, Maxim Magazine is celebrating 25 years in the business and is now available in 75 countries across the globe. The magazine is geared towards younger men and focuses on cars, fashion, lifestyle, and women. It is considered the safer work version magazine, like other adult magazines that are not safe for work. Previous cover models include Angelina Jolie, Christina Aguilera, Megan Fox, etc. The goal of the marketplace is to combine the clout that Maxim's brand name has with researchers and development capabilities of X Sigma's lab. The Maxim NFT marketplace will give users the option to buy, sell, and mint NFTs that utilize multiple blockchains, including Ethereum, Polkadot, and the Binance Smart Chain. Oh, okay, there we go. So it's a cross-chain implemented NFT marketplace. Using the power of its 10 million monthly readers, Maxim NFT is looking to attract a large base of creators and traders via print, social media, and digital publishing efforts. Behind the scenes, X Sigma will be adding in features to include NFT tokenization, which will allow traders to sell fractional ownerships of their NFTs. This will allow for these unique assets to be broken apart and shared with the cryptocurrency community on what Maxim NFT hosts will be the step to change the industry. I don't know if I agree with that, because you might as well just call the NFT actual altcoin or a cryptocurrency at that point. But maybe it's a little interesting. Like, okay, like I have my NFT and 10 people own my one NFT. They've split it up. To me, that's going to receive, I think, like a lot of big controversy, because the NFT is a non-fungible token, singular token. They're not tokens split up into multiple different directions. Especially, I can take my one, for example, Bitcoin, and split it into a half Bitcoin. But that half Bitcoin has a monetary value to it. The NFT in that example should, to me, like represents a backed piece of art that has code behind it that's immutable, that one person owns that artwork. And if the artwork has multiple copies of it, then it can't, the NFT is not actually being divided like my one Bitcoin is being divided, but the NFT contract has a 5 supply in it. Just like the Bitcoin can be split in half, but the total supply is capped at 21 million. So NFTs are different because, I guess you can do it that way. I think a lot of people are going to criticize it. I'm trying to remain open to it, that if I have my one piece of artwork, I only made one of them, and I want there to be one of them, and then I sold my piece of artwork, and then all of a sudden, like 10 other people one person splits my artwork into 10 places between 10 other owners or something like that, and they all own, I guess, a piece of this artwork. But I guess they can see, they all have a share in the artwork. I guess I'm trying to be open to the fact that you can now split the digital artwork up. So if the artwork is worth $100 and 10 people own it, then each fractional part of that artwork that the person owns is, if the artwork is sold for $100 and it's split up between 10 different owners as a fractional NFT, then each 10 owners, their value of that NFT is $10. And if they sell their value of the NFT to $10 to someone else for $20, my question is, do all the fractional amounts now have a floor price of $20 if it was sold for $20, or just the one fractional piece now have a floor price of $20 when it used to be $10? Because in cryptocurrency, within non-fungible token NFTs or smart contracts, 721 smart contracts. Once the NFT, the one NFT is sold past its floor price, then that's the floor price of that one NFT piece. Now, the floor price of the other NFT, if there's say 5 of them in all, one has a floor price over here, the other has a floor price over there on the NFTs. And I think it would factor in the largest floor price to the lowest floor price. Or if there's 5 NFTs, they all share the same floor price. So I'm trying to be open to this, that you can do the fractional split of the shares like that. Sorry, a little off topic to the main article piece, but it's still in touch and it has valid merit. So I'm remaining open to it. I think it'll be pretty cool. Why not? Why don't we just say it'll be cool? Fractional NFTs. Maxim NFTs will focus on sports and pop culture. Maxim plans to focus on its attention on sports and celebrities, collectibles, as well as gaming content. So far, just one of those collaborations has been confirmed in a post to Twitter on September 2nd. Maxim NFT announced it's teamed up with former NBA star Michael Beasley. In a post on Instagram, Beasley confirmed that his NFTs will be sold exclusively on Maxim NFTs starting in November, unless something else happens first, which they will become the first NFTs sold on the platform. The press release also stated that the company is confident in the rise of gaming, and the incorporation of NFTs in the metaverse will continue to grow. Maxim NFT will also plans to combine the NFTs minted with AR and virtual technology. The announcement states that Maxim NFT will be going live in Q4 2021 with a series of NFTs from celebrities, athletes, and brands. So most likely they're going to do all the premiere launchings and stuff like that of artists, sport influencers, and stuff like that. And then maybe it said earlier in the article that people will be able to mint and launch their own NFTs on Maxim NFT. So granted that they're going to be using, I have this to say on this closing out article here, is that granted that they're going to be launching this, it's going to be cross-chain between Ethereum, Polkadot, and Binance Smart Chain, which makes me think that people who have already launched NFTs on OpenSea via Binance Smart Chain, via Polkadot or Ethereum, I see no reason why they can't automatically already be ported and viewable on Maxim NFT Marketplace from searching the token NFT ID on that 721 contract or 1155 contract, whatever is being used here. So in many regards, Maxim, big magazine, men's magazine, is going into the NFT marketplace, which shows more mass adoption. That's my main point on this article, what I found interesting here. If you want to have a question about that, please do let me know in the chat or in the comments on these recap video episodes. Most definitely. All right, so let's go right on to the next one, right? Shall we? If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications here to blockchain, tech, and finance news. I'll get this next article up here. So I have 2 more articles here. Pretty much, yeah, we've had 5 articles this whole entire time. A little bit longer than the usual episode. I'll be trying to keep these around 15 to 30 minutes in length at most on these episodes, especially in the live stream side. All right, so let's go on to our transition. We'll be right back with the next article. That was epic. And here we are. Back up here with some thing. Oh, let's get this out of our way. So this is from the Washington Post. UN officials call for moratorium on artificial intelligence tool that breach human rights. This is an article from the Washington Post. Who's the writer on this? By Sammy Westfall, writer for Washington Post. Rapid evolution of artificial intelligence. Oh, let me make sure I have this article up. Can you see it? It's there. Yes. Chat's open. Y'all can chat, ask me questions, and I'll answer at best ability, or just to give a, hey, what's up? Love your channel. And I'll give you a shout out back, most definitely, for the kind words. The rapid evolution of artificial intelligence-based technologies in their adoption by business and governments have outpaced efforts to hold them to human rights standards. Michelle Bachelet, the United Nations Commissioner for Human Rights warned Wednesday. She called for a moratorium on artificial intelligence systems that could put human rights at risk, at least until stronger safeguards are in place internationally. We cannot afford to continue playing catch up on regarding AI. Maybe they're talking about machine learning, deep learning, maybe locations of people, profile pictures, things like that, what people look like, allowing its use with limited or no boundaries or oversight in dealing with the almost inevitable human rights consequence after that, she said in a statement. So I want to know what her human rights consequence could be. Let's see. The remarks came along, or her example or thoughts on that. The remarks came alongside the publication of a report by UN Human Rights Council analyzing the human rights risks posed by a range of AI-powered technologies, including profiling, automated decision-making, and machine learning. The consequences of unfettered proliferation, such as technologies, could be catastrophic, Bachelet said. So again, I don't read these articles pre-hand. Sometimes I do, but all times I kind of skip them. Make sure it seems interesting a little bit. Other ones I do read. Other ones people throw out there for me to read. And if I find it interesting in the headlines and kind of skimming through, I will read the whole entire article, start to finish. The reporters also pointed out that data sets used by AI can have historical, racial, and ethnic biases embedded, which can perpetuate or enhance discrimination. So maybe if an AI says is looking for job candidates for a job through deep learning, and so holding interviews or like interviews or something like that, especially during these times of COVID virus and pandemic like that. Maybe some AI algorithm from a company says, we only want to hire a minority group or something like that. So only puts in their AI deep machine learning, minority group information for it to look for within people. Kind of messed up, but I understand that aside of what the concern is here, most definitely like that, because then it's like discrimination towards people who have a human right to have the same equal rights of not being a minority. So the report raised warnings of so many AI tools seek to predict outcomes, assess risk, and provide insights into patterns of behavior on an individual or social scale. The report raised warnings of a digital welfare dystopia in which data matching could automate decisions about welfare benefit entitlements, loan access, or home visits from child care services with human rights implications. Technologies used by law enforcement agencies, including national security and border management agencies, are particularly fraught. AI systems can mine criminal arrest records, crime statistics, social media posts, and travel records to profile people and identify sites of increased criminal or even terrorist activity, triggering criminal justice interventions, even though AI assessments by themselves should not be seen as basis for reasonable suspicion. Bachelet did not call for an outright ban on facial recognition technology, the scanning of human features, including faces, fingerprints, irises, and voices to identify individuals, but urged that a moratorium be imposed on the use of real-time remote biometric recognition until rights provisions can be agreed upon. But agreed upon by who, Probably the UN and the government bodies. The report did not single out any countries by name, but AI technologies in some places around the world have caused alarm over human rights in recent years, according to experts. I want to see some examples exactly. I know they had here, example of the AI recognition on the poles, on the telephone poles in Asia. I just was thought of that because I saw China here. So China, maybe that's just what this is saying. China has been sharply criticized for conducting mass surveillance that uses AI technology with few checks, particularly in the Xinjiang, sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, region where the Chinese Communist Party has for decades systematically suppressed and sought to assimilate the main Muslim Uyghur, sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, ethnic minority group. The Chinese tech giant Huawei, I don't know, tested AI systems using facial recognition technology that would automate the alarms from this Muslim religious group, ethnic religious group. Alarms to police once a camera. I just don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? So this one right here, if you know how to pronounce it, please feel free to let me know in the chat or in the comments. I'd appreciate it to pronounce it correctly. To police But yeah, sent attenuated alarms to police once a camera detected a member of the minority group. The Washington Post reported. There's a little mosquito flying in front of me. The Washington Post reported last year, Huawei responded that the language used to describe the capability had been completely unacceptable, yet the company had advertised ethnicity tracking efforts. Technology can enable authorities systematically to identify and track individuals in public spaces, affecting the right to freedom, expression, and of peaceful assembly and movement, Bachelet said. Fear of such a surveillance affected protesters in Myanmar this year. Reuters reported in March. Human Rights Watch criticized the Myanmar military junta's usage of a public camera system provided by Huawei that used facial and license plate recognition to alert government individuals on a wanted list. Human Rights Watch last year denounced a system in Buenos Aires that published personal data, including photos of child suspects with open arrest warrants. The system, using facial recognition software, operated in some city subway stations, the organization said. Bachelet's statement echoed growing global concerns. The city of Portland, Oregon, last September passed a broad ban on facial recognition technology, including uses by local police. The European Commission in April proposed a ban on the use of AI for tracking individuals and ranking their actions. Amnesty International launched the Ban the Scan initiative to prohibit the use of facial recognition by New York City government agencies. The power of AI to serve people is undeniable, but so is AI's ability to feed human rights violations at an enormous scale with virtually no visibility, Bachelet said. Further, said calling for greater transparency, systematic assessment, and monitoring of these effects of the use of AI. Action is needed now to put human rights guardrails on the use of AI for the good of us all. So I agree there. Sure. Yep. AI is a crazy technology, most definitely, and deep machine learning as well. All right, with that, let's go right on into our next article here. If you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn on the bell notifications to blockchain, tech, and finance news here on YouTube. I'm streaming this on Twitch and a variety of other places as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead, grab the last article here. Last article we're going to be reading through the day. This is a little bit of a longer episode because I've kind of discussed throughout the episode like that. Sometimes I'll just read the articles. Sometimes I will talk through them, but I typically try and just keep these at 15 to 30 minutes in length. This one's going a little over that. So let's go. And again, I'll have all these recap article links in the description box below on these episodes so you can read through the actual article yourself, start to finish. Let's go on to our transition. All right, this last article here is from the Wall Street Journal. It's from let's find the writer here, by Ian Talley and Dustin Volz. Ian Talley and Dustin Volz. I apologize if I pronounce your names incorrectly, but I'm trying my best here. So this is from the Wall Street Journal, and those are the writers for the Wall Street Journal. U.S. to target crypto ransomware payments with sanctions. The Biden administration hopes to disrupt digital finance infrastructure that facilitates ransomware cyber attacks, a threat traced to Russia. You know, I always seem to be noticing a lot of ransomware, a lot of scrape sites, a lot of fake sites, scamming people, leading into Russia. That in Singapore and India, largely. Oh, is it not going to let me? Oh, come on, Wall Street Journal. You're not going to let me read this? It wants me to subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. I don't want to. $4 a month? Maybe I'll consider it if I'm going to read more stuff that I can find the same articles elsewhere in. Let's do this. Let's do a little search here on the fly. See if we can find this. Usually a lot of news places like to They like to cycle these through. Here we go. Let's find it from Reuters. Sorry, Wall Street Journal, don't need to subscribe to you. Or is it? Or maybe they're just going to do a snippet here also. It says Wall Street Journal, so they're citing Wall Street Journal in this article. Thanks, Reuters. So I'm going to say same writers, right? But this is just from this article. So again, U.S. to target ransomware payments in cryptocurrency with sanctions from the Biden administration. The Biden administration is preparing to take actions, including sanctions, to make it more difficult for hackers using digital currency to profit from ransomware attacks, the Wall Street Journal reported on Friday. So an example of this, black hat hacker. Black hat hacker means someone who goes in and does damages to platforms to just have the sole reason of doing damages and or to have financial compensation to repair the damages. An example, black hat hackers entering police division systems, whether a local state or a local area, and will get sensitive data and hack their datas and say, we're going to release these datas or compromise this or shut down your system so they're inoperable. You can't do anything. You can't function as a police department unless you give us this much Bitcoin. A lot of times they'll pay the Bitcoin, for example, and I'm specifically noting this because I saw this in a news article. I think it was Vice, that they paid the Bitcoin and then, they got their stuff back, but then it happened again. And it's like they become this basically piggyback for ransomware black hat hackers to abuse their systems and get paid ransomware. So that is something, never pay the ransom, obviously, of the Bitcoin and your system's compromised like that, because it'll just keep happening. But in some regards, maybe it has to happen and maybe strengthen the infrastructure the first time around after an attack. And so it doesn't happen again. Find the vulnerabilities. White hat hackers will hack a system, say, here's the vulnerability, and just to let you know, not asking for anything at all. The U.S. Treasury Department plans to impose sanctions as soon as next week, the report said, citing people familiar with the matter. So that's this week. The department will also issue a new guidance on the risks associated with facilitating such ransomware payments. The Wall Street Journal reported, including fines and other penalties. New anti-money laundering rules and terror finance rules, which are expected to come later this year, will aim to limit the use of cryptocurrency for payments and ransomware attacks and other illicit activities, the report said. So I don't know if the Wall Street Journal one is longer than this. I will keep the Wall Street Journal link in there because maybe some of y'all are subscribed to the Wall Street Journal. And I find a lot of these articles everywhere, and I find a lot of the, let's see. Yeah, it's, the government still hopes to choke off access to a form of payment that has supported a booming criminal industry and a rise of national security threat. What does this bring me back to the Wall Street Journal? Yeah, it brings me back to the Wall Street Journal. Yeah. But hey, $4 a month is not that bad for getting great content and news articles that are finance based or from the Wall Street Journal. Maybe I'll ask them for a sponsorship. Would they like to sponsor reading their articles on this channel? Otherwise, I'll pay the $4. I'll look into it a little more. Treasury to aim to issue new cryptocurrency sanctions after ransomware attacks. Hey, let's put it this way. They sponsor us. I can give $4 to a charitable thing or something. Right? Yeah, this is just like throwing me mad article ads in between there. So you know what? I'm done reading from that article. We're going to close out the show today. I'll be having more, probably I'm going to look into some more stock and technology stuff later today to put out there for tomorrow's news segment. I will be doing tomorrow's news segment most definitely as well around the same time, and on Wednesday, possibly on Thursday. We'll see where it goes as best as possible. I'm very busy in business as well. So if you're on the YouTube side, please do subscribe, turn the bell notifications here to Blockchain, Tech, and Finance News. And I'll see y'all back again. I'll have all these article links in the description box below on the YouTube side episodes, as well as the Twitch a bit as well. So cheers. Have a great and safe day, y'all. God bless you, kind hearts. Thanks for joining me here, KinToshi, on Blockchain, Tech, and Finance News. Please don't be shy. Crawl out of the woodworks, chat with me, and subscribe to the channel, and let your friends and family know, or people in the workplace know we're doing this. Cheers. Stay well.